Engels man, die ding is, let's face it, al meer mense gaan dit hoor. Ons kan dalk nou die occasional
Afrikaans special.
Afrikaanse net nerds.
Ja.
Hoe dat jy het vir die verkeerde podcast gekom?
We make it an Afrikaans special, and we completely copy the style of like Radio 2000.
Oh ja,
or like of not RSG. And we're all, it's like net nerds, podcasts zonder grenzen. You just go all out with the Afrikaner in it.
Ja, nee, welkom hier by Net Nerds. Ek is Johan Pretorius.
We should even get like if another person joins the conversation into that reverb you get when someone phones in and forgets to turn off the radio.
It's like, hello?
And
Ek wil asseblief vir my man Spyker 'n liedjie dedicate.
Ja, the crazy iemand dat inbel, maar someone phones in with like a complaint on a game or something.
Yeah.
But it's like you moet asseblief jou radio in die agtergrond afskakel.
So listen man, you have to turn your podcast down in the back. I can't hear you too else.
Anyways, the question I had about the Dark Souls is currently I'm still in the beginning. I'm in the Undead Burg. You do the beginning, then you get transported by that raven to the first bonfire. Your first bonfire out of the starting area, and then after that you do your prodding and poking, and you find out the safest route is the Undead Burg. And I'm in the Undead Burg now, and already like level 15 because I've been grinding some levels and just figuring out the combat. But there's two things. One, I know what boss is coming. I've seen it on YouTube videos. I've seen it in reviews, and I think I might be able to beat him. But the thing I'm worried about is that there's this knight in that level. A fully clad armored knight.
The Black Knight. Yeah, the Black Knights are tough hombres, but if you have the what class do I use? It's the Fire Mage, whatever it's called.
It's called a Fire Ember Mage or Fire Mage or something. Call it a Fire Mage.
Yeah, but I started with that class, and due to the fire attacks, you can actually do some pretty serious damage to that guy. But the thing is, if you think he's tough, wait till you get to the other ones, because there's more than one.
Good grief. Because currently, I haven't beaten him in the Undead Burg. I mean, it's a small area. I haven't beaten him, but I've gotten the item behind him, because you can run and jump off the bridge, and then you fall senseless, and I was like, oh cool, a ring, and the next moment there's this knight on me. It's like, oh god,
surprise, motherfucker.
And then the only thing you can do, I can't beat him yet, so the only thing I can do is run to a position where that if I die I can easily recover my lost souls and so forth. I also found a secret area in the beginning for me now, that I found a sacrificial ring or something like that. Can't remember the name now. Anyway, what happens if you put a ring on and you die, the ring breaks and you don't lose anything.
Oh yeah, that ring. Yeah, I never use them. The ones I tend to use is the one that makes it harder for enemies to attack you or find you. I think.
I haven't. The only rings I have yet is the sacrifice ring and the ring you get behind the first Black Knight, which is pretty much it increases your defense when your health gets low.
I'm trying to think what rings I actually use in Dark Souls, because I haven't played it in such a long time.
But you play it on console.
Yeah, I'm on the PS3 version.
PS3.
Yeah, but I'm stuck at Ceaseless Discharge.
With what character class did you get there?
I'm still my Fire Mage, Ember Mage, or whatever it's called, but the problem is I can't kill him. And everyone says it's the easiest boss battle you can do, but
Ceaseless Discharge.
Yeah.
Is that its name?
Yeah.
Sounds like a toilet problem.
Yeah, that's the point. It's like, Mom, I got some ceaseless discharge today. So it's really the worst name.
It sounds like one of those translation errors, because I mean it is in a Japanese game.
Probably in Japanese it's like, terror from the lava lakes, but mistranslated to ceaseless discharge.
The anime Berserk?
Yeah.
There's a game came out for it for the Dreamcast, for the Sega Dreamcast. It was Berserk something. It's very much.
Ballsack.
Yes. It's very much a Devil May Cry type game, just not so flashy. It didn't get the formula right at all. But your main antagonist is this guy called Ballsack. and I'm not sure if that's a translation error, but it's ballsack. Screw Attack did a review on it, and they also laughed about that. And everyone that does a review about it laughs about it.
Yeah, but let's face it. If your enemy is called Ballsack, you're going to laugh.
Hangbal.
Yeah, that's the Afrikaans translation. Hangbal.
Hangbal. Ballsack. Oh no, that's just wrong.
For our English listeners, hangbal means hanging balls.
Well, ballsack will be balsak. It's roughly the same. Balsak. Die verschrikkelijke.
Ballsack.
But the only thing I've been doing now, because I know it's an old game, but I'm only starting to play it now, is that I've been just playing around with all the different weapons. And I've bought today. I actually went and got the spear, which the spear is good because it gives you the reach. I mean, I like the way the weapons are actually quite accurate. The reach is nice, but the weapon I'm currently enjoying the most is just a plain longsword, but wielded with both hands. Because even if those zombies with shields come at you, you just power attack and you hit away their shields. You don't have to get past the defense. You just blast through it, which is yet again very accurate to real actual sword fighting. If you just get the right angle on a shield, you can just make this arm fatigue. What did you focus on, strength or dexterity, or are you really just playing with the mages?
Somewhere between a warrior mage, it's something. What I remember, I used to try and get all the spells I could and just focus on the magic and say combat with magical sword. I can't remember what sword I had, but I think it might have been one of those swords with the fire on. I really have to play the game again because I have no idea what I had.
Yeah, I'd actually be interested to see your character. I'm actually, as I said, it's an old game and I haven't played it, and now I'm playing it, and I'm actually getting a whole group of my friends interested in it when they didn't know about it. And everyone keeps asking me, what's the difference between Demon Souls and Dark Souls? And I'm like, it's the same game.
Yeah, Dark Souls is more like the spiritual successor of Demon Souls.
But I mean, it's called the spiritual successor, but it's made by the exactly same company. It's distributed by the exactly same company. It's still Software and Konami that does it. Incidentally, Software is the name of the company that actually makes the game.
Yeah, from some
Japanese studio.
From Software.
From Software. What a wacky name. It's like Sega. You know what Sega stands for?
You told me once, but I forgot.
It's an abbreviation. It stands for service gaming, because it originated as a military branch that was supposed to see to the entertainment of deployed American troops in Japan. And they started like importing toys.
I know that Nintendo actually started out as a
card company. Playing card company.
Yeah, but made playing cards and
Nintendo seemed to mean something like luck from the gods or something. It did. There's a very good online video you can go to. All Your History Are Belong to Us. They do a brilliant history on Nintendo and their origins.
I think I saw that once actually.
I'll watch it again and again. The same people did a recording on did a review on XCOM.
Oh yeah. Lost power there for a second, Captain.
I was watching some sort of random show. I can't remember. It's something on Series Channel, and it's one of these monk-like things. I think it's a detective with a special power or something. And I saw Jordi from Next Generation. He's got it old.
Oh yeah, just you really got old.
His face got round.
Yeah, but that's a problem, age.
The only guy that doesn't seem to age is
Patrick Stewart. So when you reach maximum level, you cease to age. Actually, that's more Sean Connery, but he also hit maximum level.
Speaking of Sean Connery, we should really get that rift track you were talking about.
On
Highlander.
Oh, Highlander.
No. The thing is, that reference you only catch if you actually watch The Room.
Yeah, but the thing is, I still have to watch The Room eventually. But I'm actually trying to get that riff tracks from a friend of mine.
Mm. I'm gonna try and get the riff tracks for Trolls 2.
Ugh.
Just for the hell of it, because I know Jean-Marie and the rest of our group wants to see it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Troll 2 works fine without a riff tracks, but that's me.
Oh man!
But then again, I can actually just see some of the great riffs come from it. Like it's in like I won't let you piss on hospitality. I won't allow it because it comes from a family of great pissers.
Oh dear Lord, that'll be just amazing. I've been watching all these mystery science theater movies, and there are no good mystery science theater movies. The movies themselves suck.
Yeah, but there's only like one or two I actually remember where like watching the movie and you actually felt bad for Joel and the bots because the movie was so bad.
So like the one where I went on a list and the number 10 of like top to watch was Side Hacks. Actually went and watched Side Hacks. I stopped watching it halfway. I just couldn't.
No, I know what you mean. That happened to me a few times as well. It's like, what? I can't remember. I think it was this Japanese movie.
I wasn't even actually actively watching it. I was like doing something else and I just added it. The one Japanese movie was Space Prince.
That's the one I think I got like halfway through. I was like, ugh, I can't take this anymore.
That was horrible. Because it's a redubbed Japanese movie. Prince of Space or something. And it's you've got this hero that can't be shot by the enemy's weapons, and he's just, haha, you have shot me, I cannot die. It's like the Speed Racer cartoon. Where
oh yeah, it's like
with the background. No, there's no lips. It's just face,
like face
and the background
like,
going past them, and like I must move because animation costs money, and I must move.
I actually remember the Dexter's Lab special. That was crazy.
A Dexter's Lab special on
Speed Racer. That like the whole show, like in Speed Racer style and animation and everything. It's like
I actually can't remember this one.
Actually, okay, I want to quickly bring this up, but this actually was a long lost episode called Dexter's Rude Removal.
You've told me about this,
and it actually got leaked recently, and it's like, okay, so it's not as foul as everyone was hoping it would be, but still, considering it was a children's cartoon, it's kind of weird to hear like, yo, you're gonna be a burp, 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 burp. And knowing they actually swore in the voices of the characters,
wow,
apparently, Dexter apparently said, I'm gonna skull fuck you or something.
Yeah, okay, that's gonna be nice. It's like with Invader Zim, with the
I'm Zim!
With the what's his face? Oh man, they've got something similar. In many of the intros, there's this bloody girl. I can't remember the entire story behind it, but it was an episode that the network didn't want them showing because of the violence or something, and they retorted by splicing in like single frames of girl completely covered in blood.
I'll have to check it out because I don't even know about it.
Google it, bloody girl, and you'll find that most of the actual intros, most of the episodes have in intros. There's a subliminal frame. A single frame, just a girl standing like that with a void expression, well, as void as girl can get, covered in blood. Not girl in the dog suit, just girl. But there's a whole bunch of conspiracy things around that. But that entire cartoon just gave me the willies the first time I saw it. Space meat.
It's Poop Dog! The gangster rapping clown dog of the feet, in effect.
I can't remember this one.
That's my favorite episode. It's where they have to sell like candy bars to make money, and it's like Poop Dog is like
it's the mascot.
It's the mascot of the chocolate bar brand called Poop, and it's it's like have you thought you seen anything of the real Willies? Like, I can't take this anymore. Cut! It's like your mind believe.
No, I can't remember the episode. My favorite two episodes must be the Room of a Moose. And I can't remember. I don't think it's the name, but it's the episode where Deb gets head pigeons. Go, Deb, go to the nurse's office. You've got head pigeons.
Yeah, that episode was creepy.
He kept stealing all the organs, replacing it with like random stuff.
Oh yeah, it's like like the guy's got like a radiator for like a lung or something.
And Gaz gets a game spleen replaced by a Game Boy, and he's just like playing through her skin like don't interrupt me. I'm in the zone. It's like a random episode. But anyways, we're going completely off topic here. We not really have a topic anyway.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a test. What we can do is we can upload this as like a hidden file, and just see how it would sound.
Egg.
It's like find the first podcast.
They actually did that with Marble Hornets. You know about Marble Hornets?
Yeah, no.
In Marble, they didn't do it anymore because they've pretty much disallowed commenting and things. But in the original Marble Hornets, when the guy was still actually like Marble Hornets was the name of the student film they were shooting, the script's name, and the guy said no, his friend was the producer on this student film, and and he went completely AWOL, and he left all the tapes of all the shootings of all the video material from the shoot so far with him, and the original, I think, 20 to 30 episodes of Marble Hornets was actually just our protagonist in Marble Hornets going through that footage. So, and I remember in the beginning there was a lot of he'd post like a snippet he said he thought was important, and then usually there'd be like on-screen text of I can't remember shooting this, or I can't remember, or the shoot seems to have a lot of static, and then it says upon closer inspection near the end there was this, and then he like post like just like an audio file on the YouTube video. And what they actually did is they buried like messages and things in that static, and then when people would reply and say, listen, I've uncovered the static, the guy from the guy from Marble Hornets, the people running the site would like in the next video will mention this person, but would then mention it like let's say you uncovered in the static a message, and then I'd say no, PCB contacted me last weekend and uncovered this message in the static. This has led me to believe that PCP is part of the conspiracy. I've decided to cease all contact and things like that. Then it sort of broke the fourth wall a lot. That's why people really I think people really liked it in the beginning.
What I liked about it is that it was creepy as all hell. Yeesh.
I mean, when I didn't know about Slender Man and I was starting to discover about him, Slender Man's become sort of a comic figure now. It's not that scary anymore.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, the original Something Awful Photoshops are creepy as all hell,
But what isn't Slender Man all focused on children?
Yeah, that was the original story. It was like, this, if I remember correctly, it was this orphanage that, got burned down, but there's like photos they found a week before, where they showed like the kids playing and walking around, and in the background you could see like Slender Man just like standing, looking there and staring at them, which I'm getting goosebumps now already.
Yeah, I'm also getting goosebumps. I remember that. I think I remember like there was also like children reports where they interviewed children, and they always referred to, no, we just followed the tall man. We didn't want to, but we followed the tall man. And I remember the first Photoshop I ever saw was one the perspective of the photo is taken from like fourth or fifth story up in a building, and it's of a street, and then there's this lamppost, and then you see you first you think it's just a shadow on the image, but then it's like a creature almost as tall as the lamppost, but it's very sketchy. No, there's a lot of weird things there. All from 4chan. How nice.
Actually, I think Slender Man came from Something Awful, but...
Something Awful?
Yeah.
I haven't actually spent a lot of time playing.
Because I know that, like, this thread, about, like, creepypasta / creepy urban legends they made up, and no, that was where Slenderman came from. But other people just took the character and run with it.
The interesting thing about that is there is no, as far as I know, there's no current ACP for Slenderman, which there really should be.
Yeah, there probably should be, but then again, ACP-1000 is Bigfoot, so.
Yeah, then again. Oh, it's 1000.
Yeah, there was that special, where they had to use like a famous monster to use as like what ACP-1000 would be, and Bigfoot won, but the history and story of Bigfoot is like
the biological armor and stuff.
Yeah, that's very creepy.
Another creepy one is, have you read the proposals for SCP-1? There are like 5 proposals. One is my favorite currently is the stapled document. It's a stack of stapled documents stapled at the top left corner, like a report, and it's from a date before ACP came into existence, but something similar, something like an FBI agency or whatever, and there's like a date when it first appeared on a desk and stuff, and it is the reports say that the first time the report came was the stapled papers were read, it actually depicted, it was like a report of an ACP before they found the ACP, and the report was on ACP-002 on the living room, and then the next time they found the next time the same piece of paper was opened, the same report was opened, it was on the biological motherboard. And basically the principle is that the ACP-1 is actually like a document. Every time you open it, it reveals another ACP, found or not. And currently it's they're proposing that currently it's like locked away and no one should look at it for fear of what ACPs might then either because it's unknown if it actually creates ACPs or just reveals them. The other one that is currently leading, I think, for ACP-1 is one about Uriel, like the angel in the Bible. It's very, very strange post.
Well, considering Cain and Abel's already ACPs, so that's...
They actually include them in that post.
So
they in that post they say no, that it's Uriel, guardian of the Garden of Eden, and there's like this entire description of it's what area it protects and how the distance away, and they actually conclude one or two international disasters as covered up attempts to destroy Uriel.
Wow. Yeah, could probably like the Tunguska event could actually have been like one of those.
What's Tunguska?
Tunguska is basically there was this blinding flash in one of, I think it's in Russia somewhere, but basically the blinding flash and then a massive explosion and basically blew all the trees like almost down. So it could actually make like a great part of the ACP story about if it wasn't a meteorite as they're claiming now, it was actually them trying to destroy Uriel.
The one I think they do use is something about a Japanese submarine. And the thing is, that's new. It did happen. A Japanese submarine, there was a malfunction on the submarine. The entire thing blew up or something. I'm not sure. But they basically they're saying that the submarine was launching a nuke at Uriel. Anyways, so ACPs. I've hooked one of my friends on it, and he can't stop reading them.
Yeah.
The creepiest one I've come across is the black phone. For me, it's like just a phone. It's creepy as all hell. I'll get the number for us next time.
Yeah, the one that creeped me out badly is this village place where it's just like this red fungus thing that grows and everything, and if you get infected with the virus, you become what they are, and it's just like, okay, that's creepy. But then you read the logs, and it's like, oh shit.
I read a really creepy one. I can't remember the number, but it's about a small, like a donut-shaped rock that changes color, and it attracts itself to mirrors. if it's not to a mirror, it'll start rolling and picking up speed, and like break through walls if need be, can get to a mirror. But irrelevant of what speed it's traveling, the moment it touches the mirror, it doesn't break the mirror, it just lands on the mirror. And what happens is, depending on the color, if a person takes the stone, can pass through the mirror as like a portal, and then it's like a twisted Narnia. It's not pretty. It's always like a void, like a landscape, something like a field or something like that Windows XP background, with like a house or a cave or something like that, and it's usually like signs of life, of what was life, and then there's always a discrepancy between what the subject that goes in sees and what the researchers see in the video feed, it's just creepy as hell.
There's actually one I just remembered now, and that's actually was my favorite, but I don't know the number. But it says this guy who can teleport between time and dimensions.
Okay.
So, if I test him and they're like, he's just a regular guy, he has no training, unfortunately, so the SCP, uses him for experiments. So they put like a camera on him, send him out, and just some of the areas he goes to is like the creepiest of all places. And there's one I actually remember, there's two I actually remember very fondly. It's this very dark place where it's like a building, but he can't see anything, but he can hear something is chasing him. And it's like, he runs around and he just like hides in the corner, just like this. Next time he teleports, they give him a flashlight, but it doesn't work. It works like for like 30 centimeters or so. It's so dark, it's like and all of a sudden the thing actually does, he just like puts it on, it's like the thing that's chasing him is in front of him, and wears these black glasses and has like this pointed teeth, and he passes out at that point. And when he comes back to, he's back at the ACP labs, and he's sensitive to light. If he gets too much light on him, he starts burning. But the creepy thing is, he actually also has some of those glasses the same guy wore.
Oh.
And another one, which was also very creepy, is he woke up on like a planet, millions of light years away, and he walks off and it's like, came to a cliff, and there's this huge sun in the sky, and he just looks at it, and all of a sudden the sun turns around and it's actually a giant eyeball. It looks down at him and goes away, and he basically runs off to a cave like.
That's nice. How nice, dear. No, I completely. I found a good SCP for showing people what SCP is about, because the one I told you about, the phone, it's just like a phone that on a pedestal, a black phone on a pedestal, with a receiver and a dial, that goes like into the, and it's connected to a line, and the line just goes straight into the ground, meters and meters below. They've stopped trying to find where it ends, and when you pick it up, it never rings, but when you pick it up, you can hear sound coming out of it, and then there's always a voice of. Originally, they thought it was a woman, but now they've said it indiscriminate. It's either a woman or a man. They can't really decide right now. And there's always someone. There's always this person talking, not too specifically to someone. Sometimes it's just noise. Sometimes you can hear the scraping of metal, and then sometimes the scraping of metal can also then immediately be played backwards again, but reshuffled to actually produce to produce tunes of classical music, but with the notes or clips of the scraping metal, and then nursery rhymes, and the person reciting nursery rhymes in like tunes, and then played backwards, then Morse code, then binary code, then advanced computer language, then not computer language, then silence, then static, then noise. And it's just creepy as hell. And the reason I like it as an intro to SCP is because they actually include like a sound file you can listen to, and it's only like a minute or so long, but it's fucking creepy. And then what screwed my friend over is because he's a programmer, and I mean, not all programmers don't inherently understand binary, but they know binary is only zeros and ones. And in that clip, there's like a bit of music and then a nursery rhyme, and then the next moment you can hear a female voice through a lot of static, going 1 0 1 1 0, 0, 1, 8, 1. That 8, that threw my friend off completely. He was batshit after that. It's like the simplest thing, and he just screwed him over completely.
It's like fuck this shit.
Why would there be an 8, man?
Yeah, there's like this is this one Futurama I remember. It's like Bender had a nightmare. It's like it's like it's only ones and zeros and ones and zeros. And I thought I saw a 2.
Wasn't that in the one where he sold his body? That's the when Nixon comes back.
Yeah, he sold his body when Nixon came back. It's like, I'm not selling this body. I got a shiny new body.
You really do that voice well.
I thank you. Nixon and what's his bodyguard's name? Adlu. The headless body of Aglu, I think. It's like
Aglu.
It's Nixon and the headless body of Aglu in the morning.
Why does he have a headless?
I have no idea. Really have no idea why he has a headless body, but still, just Nixon and the headless body of Aglu.
I have to go check what that name is. But we'll have to load this up. A thing we should probably consider now is the actual graphic we put up while this is playing.
I was thinking what we can do is maybe use like the logo and maybe just eventually like put in like random pics, with the topic at hand, with like links. Say, example, we talk about ACP something, then we put like a video link, on the screen, like ACP 109, in the description.
I like that idea. We could also actually go through the trouble and do things like zero punctuation. Get like a little easy to not animate but easy to position avatars, and then play around with them on screen. Because zero punctuations animations, they're not really animations. It's a slideshow.
Yeah.
And it's so simple to animate once you've got the basic figures down. Then you can it's just moving around, and it's papercraft.
Well, yeah, I think let's end the show for now.
Ending now.
Okay, so as always,
work hard,
play hard, and nerd hard. See you next time.